Do I have my breakfast in my beard? Or
You're fine.
there's no eggs on my face. Yeah.
Not yet.
Once the camera rolls, I
Three,
have my
two,
own.
one, action.
Well, Kevin, good morning.
Good morning.
It's an early morning after you have given a performance last night
Yes.
here at the Circle in the Theater. Is that,
Circle in the Square.
Circle
Theater.
in the Square Theater. That was delightful last night to have a chance to see George Bernard Shaw. I haven't seen him in a bit. And to see you doing that, it was just delightful. I enjoyed it very, very much. But you know, I sat there for a moment at least thinking, now here's Kevin Kline doing this, what I would consider almost classic theater. And then I'm thinking back that just a couple of days before I had seen you in Silverado kissing your horse.
Another classic. I mean, the Western is sort of America's cinematic classical theater, in a way, more than most other genres in film.
It is, but did you ever think, Kevin, that you would end up making a film where you'd be kissing a horse?
No. It was funny, all my friends, when Larry first wrote the script, and I said, you know, I'm going to be in a Western. And they said, oh, isn't that great? Haven't you always dreamed of being in a Western? And I said, I think I did a long time ago, but I haven't dreamed of it recently. So I really had to recall that dream, because it had been a while. I hadn't, no one's been making Westerns, and it's just not something that I anticipated at all. It was a nice surprise.
Did Larry actually write that into the script, or was that a sort of afterthought, kissing the horse?
That was actually in the script, that, you know, the cavalry officer says, how do we know this horse is yours? And the line was, can't you see this horse loves me? He had the horse sort of, I think the stage direction was, it was nuzzling me. And it happened that because of my beard, the horse, my horse in the film, did it naturally. They thought they were going to have to bring in a special trainer to train the horse to nuzzle me, but he thought my beard was hay. So it was just a matter of getting to nuzzle it without taking a bite out of it. It was never a problem, take after take. He would just nuzzle away. It was excellent. It was my big love scene.
Yeah, you acted like you were almost enjoying it.
I did. It was my one love scene in the movie, and I was going to make the most of it. I enjoyed it.
Kevin, how long did it take you to get comfortable, though, with the horses, with the weapons, with the noise of the guns and all?
Oh, the noise. It's, if you look very closely, no, actually, no, you'll never see it, but occasionally one had to wear earplugs because they make a lot of noise. And I hate guns. I mean, the way I got into it was sort of when we started learning the fast draw technique. It was mostly remembering my childhood and spinning the guns and doing all that, and it was really, I mean, the idea of real handguns I abhor, and these were real guns with blanks, but the real trick was getting used to the idea that they were not toys, because most of my recollection of a six-shooter like that was when I was 8 years old and I was spinning it around and playing cowboy. So that took some getting used to, just psychologically. The horses took, we had 4 weeks before we started shooting, riding every day, and it really helped, because it's really time in the saddle until you get in that harmonious relationship with the rhythm of the horse. But it was fun. I mean, we had great affection for our horses. Once we started shooting, they couldn't get us off the horses. I mean, we just wanted to ride between takes. You know, well, we'll go up to that mountain. We'll be back. You know, tell us when you're ready. And they didn't like that, because they, of course, wanted to save the horses for the shot. We were ready to ride them into the ground. We were having a ball.
Kevin, another thing that I was thinking about is that there was a time when actors didn't bounce back and forth between films, Hollywood films, and the stage. And thank goodness now we seem to have crossed that barrier. But was there ever a time when perhaps a manager or an agent or somebody said, no, Kevin, that's not a good idea now. You're, trying to establish a film career. Did they ever give you that line?
No, I think now, because in the time frame that I've been doing it, since I've started doing films, it is more accepted. I remember, though, 10, 15 years ago, seeing less of that, and I think agents would say, you don't want to do a play. You know, you could be doing a movie for 80 times the money and the exposure and the fame and the stardom and everything that comes with movies. But now, perhaps it's only my agents that are enlightened, but no, I think there is enough of it to assume that the whole business has shifted, and agents and producers they're used to it. Maybe it's because the jets are faster and people can. In other words, Hollywood is not as it was 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It's not quite so far away. It's a 5-hour trip, and people are just hopping back and forth, and maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Do you have a clause, though, where if a really fabulous movie role were offered that you could get out of a show?
No.
You just have to give up the movie?
Yeah.
Would that bother you?
Oh, no, I've done it. You have to, at some point you have to make a choice, and you say, no, I'm committing to X number of months in this play. And something, you know something's going to come along, and you just have to accept the fact that you're not going to be able to do it.
What have you lost? Any films that you can remember?
All the big hit movies that are playing right now, I turn them all down. No, I can't remember. Usually I tell my agent not to tell me, you know, what is come in, because if I can't do it, I don't want to know about it. So a couple things, but I couldn't tell you what they are, because I just immediately sort of, oh, well, that's nice. That looks interesting. I don't even want to read it because I can't do it.
And you just go right back to George Bernard Shaw, and you're
Yeah.
perfectly happy. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Kevin, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
We had a nice visit during the Big Chill.
Yes.
And now Silverado, which I think is going to be a tremendous hit. I'm from Dallas-Fort Worth, and I know it's
Right.
going to play good in Texas.
Great.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
nice to hear.
wonderfully entertaining film, and you all are just great in it.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks. Nice interview.
Pause. I'll be the white, please.
All right.
Yeah, I want it below the bus. It has to be moved over.
Okay.
Okay, tape is rolling.
That's good. Okay, Bob, let her go.
You rolling?
Yes.
Tape is rolling.
Kevin, did you ever think that you would end up in a movie kissing your horse? Was that kissing your horse thing written into the script, or was that kind of an afterthought? How did that scene come about where you're kissing the horse? How long did it take you to get comfortable with the guns and the horses and all that noise? Now it's rather common for actors to bounce between Hollywood films and the Broadway stage, as you are doing now. But was there ever a time when your agent would say, no, Kevin, no, now, you know, you're trying to establish yourself in films, and let's forget all this Broadway? Have you ever lost a film because you were doing a Broadway show? Do you have a clause in your stage contracts that would let you out of the play if a good film role came along? And now I'll just give you reactions. Okay, thank you.